Signs like these pop up in every election.
It's great to have a heavy presence in a neighborhood, especially with COVID, right? A lot of people are staying in their own neighborhoods.
They can spark friendly competition and even fuel lawn wars, with some becoming the target of vandalism. But signs also come at a cost to the environment and to election campaigns. You've asked us how effective they really are. So, do campaign signs change who people vote for? And are they worthwhile?
Campaign signs are really there to get people mobilized and get people informed about what's going on.
Some of the first signs appeared in the U.S. during the presidential campaign in 1824, when John Quincy Adams convinced voters to put up his signs in their yard. Over time, they've continued to be one of the most commonly used campaign tools, even with the rise of digital media.
They're part of the background of people's daily lives, right? So as much as you spend time on your phone looking at what Erin O'Toole or Jack McSing is saying on social media, you still go out for walks, you still go out and grab a carton of milk.
Some researchers have tried to pinpoint how much of an effect campaign signs have on voters.
Lawn signs are like every other aspect of the campaign. They're really difficult to study. So we have this problem of trying to figure out what people are likely to do in the absence of being exposed to the mailer or the lawn sign or the TV ad or something else.
John Krasno was one of the authors behind a study on lawn signs in New York State in 2015. It concluded that they can lead to a modest increase in how many people vote for a certain candidate.
We found that lawn signs appear to move candidates' vote shares by maybe a point or two. Where we put up lawn signs, the candidates who had the lawn signs did better relative to their party's previous performance.
They didn't find the signs had any effect on voter turnout at the polls, like they expected them to. But some political scientists say it really depends on the location.
Some studies have been done in certain neighborhoods and that showed that lawn signs have no impact on turnout. It's really about the socio-demographic makeup of these neighborhoods.
In other words, the effectiveness of lawn signs can depend on how educated the voters are and how much money they make. Others agree signs can have spillover effects on nearby neighborhoods.
It could also be somebody driving through the neighborhood and seeing all these lawn signs, and that could affect their perception of how the election is going and the popularity of a candidate.
So what makes a sign stand out? Color is important, and so is the season.
In the fall, you might want to stick with more of a dark sign, right? The darker colors.
The blue is really dark, and so it almost looks like black.
So there's a contrast with your background, because if you have a colorful sign, well, your sign might lose itself in the background of nature.
On the other hand, not enough color, and the sign could blend in with its surroundings.
I would have probably just stuck with the red ones. They pop better and are a lot easier to see on a street like this.
Another consideration is visual communication compared to busy text. Take the issue symbols on the Liberals' 2019 campaign posters.
So by integrating issues into the sign, you're not only promoting your candidate, but you're also trying to reach to these voters that care about specific issues.
Many candidates are keeping their signs simple this time around.
It seems that parties and leaders tend to want to put a lot more emphasis on the local candidates. For example, Erin O'Toole, when started the campaign, did not have that much name recognition in Canada, right? He was a newer party leader. So obviously putting Erin O'Toole at the forefront of the sign could be problematic.
Material like plastic versus paper is also a consideration for both durability and the environment. So while a lot goes into sign design, it's still unclear how effective they really are. But the researchers we spoke to ultimately agree. You'll probably continue to see them during elections.
A lot of people out there want to be known to be supporting one political party or one political candidate. It's also about broadcasting your identity and making sure that you position yourself politically in your neighborhood.
And if I were running for something, I wouldn't say, oh, what I really need to do is divert all of my money into lawn signs. But I would say, let's do some lawn signs, because they'll probably help me a little bit and they'll entertain the people in my campaign and they'll make my supporters happy.
Do you have a question about the federal election? Email us at ask@cbc.ca.